On Thursday, the 12th of July 2018, a day of tribute was held in honor of a great lawyer, humanist, community leader and legal icon, Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN, who sadly passed on the 8th of January 2018. The event, which was held at Shiba Center, Ikeja, saw a robust attendance of guests from various walks of life, among who formed majority from the legal profession, the profession that earned Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN so much love, respect and admiration. Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN has been described as a man who wears humility as a second skin. He was selfless, highly respected and admired for his brilliance and erudition. He served as a mentor in all aspects of life to many who crossed his path. In attendance at the event were Honorable Justice B. Adejumo, OFR, the President, National Industrial Court of Nigeria, who was the chairman of the occasion, Comrade Dr. Ayuba Waba, President, Nigeria Labour Congress, Professor Hakeem Olaniyan, Head of Department of Jurisprudence and International Law, University of Lagos, the wife of Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem, Alhaja Tawakalitu Adetola Kazeem, Chief Dr. Barrister Fasa Yusuf, who was the coordinator of the planning committee of the event, his children, and other distinguished personalities. The event started with an opening prayer, after which the chairman of the occasion, Honorable Justice B. Adejumo, gave the opening remarks. Honorable Justice B. Adejumo in his remarks thanked all for honoring late Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem with their presence at his day of tributes. He described the late Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN as one of the frontliners in labor law in Nigeria, adding that he practiced the law profession with a fear of God, dignity and honor. Honorable Justice B. Adejumo added that we're celebrating a man who made history and touched lives, a figure to be remembered even in the years to come. He later prayed that God grants him eternal rest.
And I'm happy to tell you that this occasion is 100% sponsored by the NLC. In a nutshell, we are here this morning to honor our late brother, colleague, and a very good Nigerian who has done a lot of things to bring labor law into the stage we know it today. He was one of the frontliners of Labor Lawyers Association in Nigeria. He, late Aturu, and now late Kazeem Adetola Kazeem, he did a lot. We are here today for only one occasion, and the occasion is to pay tribute to our late brother.
Next was a special prayer in honor of late Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem by the Muslim Association of Nigeria. The event also featured a symposium titled The Development of the Nigerian Labor Jurisprudence, the Role of Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN. To speak on this topic was a panel of discussants led by Professor Hakeem Olaniyan, Head of Department of Jurisprudence and International Law, University of Lagos. Other speakers included son of late Gani Adetola Kazeem, Ahmad Adetola Kazeem, the President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Dr. Ayuba Waba, Comrade Biobelemoye Josiah, President, Joint Health Sector Union, Jehesu, Mr. Sheyi Showemimo, Representative, Body of Senior Advocates of Nigeria, Comrade Florence Ekpebo, Representative, National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, and Honorable Justice Benedict Kanyip, Representative of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria. The lead speaker, Professor Hakeem Olaniyan, in a very incisive paper, analyzed some brilliant cases handled by the late Gani Adetola Kazeem. He also researched on how he handled such cases and how dogged he was at providing tangible facts to back his claims, which earned him many successes in his career. Professor Hakeem Olaniyan gathered that late Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN was not admired and loved only for his brilliance and erudition, but for his belief in justice, fairness, dignity and honor in solving cases.
I am happy that we have been constituted into a panel. That will be the justice of it, because no one can have a complete view about the late senior advocate that we are here to celebrate. I think my own view of him will be mostly external. External because my interest is academic, my interest is advocacy. So I will be interested in the landmark cases that Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem has either won or lost, because it is not only in winning cases that you make contributions. Sometimes in losing them, you make significant contributions that the courts would acknowledge. The learned senior advocate, like most successful lawyers, did many cases during his life. Of course, I cannot list all of them. There are a number of them that I have seen listed in the program. And I'm happy that 4 of his cases that I have discussed in my write-up are also listed there.
The president of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Comrade Dr. Ayuba Waba, in his contribution to the topic, eulogized the late icon of the legal profession, saying that late Gani Adetola Kazeem practiced law with atmosphere of God. He added that the topic of the lecture, the development of the Nigerian labor jurisprudence, the role of Chief Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN, was apt, given the never-ending decadence in the profession. He urged lawyers in Nigeria to emulate the late icon.
Gani Adetola Kazeem has contributed a lot to labor jurisprudence. He believes that workers' rights and trade union rights are also human rights. And therefore, supporting them means he's advancing the cause of human rights. And therefore, in that case, he now drew a line and said, well, I'm ready to forgo my clients, medical and dental counsel that have served them for over 30 years. Because this issue is about fairness, it's about justice, it's about also doing what is correct. And therefore, this is how we expect that in practicing this very important profession, which is very important in settling a lot of issues in the workplace, but importantly, also issues of social justice, it is important that we practice profession with the fear of God, with truth, and with utmost sincerity. That he has done. And I think part of what he has brought to legal jurisprudence, especially the issue of Nigerian labor laws, is those ingredients that I think many of us will look onto it. And that's why you can see workers here today, sir, in very large number, to pay a very special tribute to this icon, to this man that we believe, if we have many of them in Nigeria, it will assist us. One important thing I learned from him, it's not the noise and the sound a lawyer makes in court that will actually give him justice. Because at the Federal High Court in Ilorin, I was worried. Yusuf Ali was firing from all cylinders. But with one word and very soft, he will stand up and say, my Lord, this is what the law said.
In the remarks of Honorable Justice Benedict Kanyip, he urged law professionals to learn some of the values late Gani Adetola Kazeem lived by. He said he was a man who puts justice as a priority in whatever case he handled. He wasn't concerned about the financial perks of the profession. Rather, he rendered selfless service to the downtrodden as a token of his contribution to humanity.
And the late SAN served. Incidentally, I also served in those committees, so I have a very personal relationship with him. And that relationship meant discussing a lot of things. And in a good number of those things, we agreed. But in one respect, we disagreed, and that's the right of appeal. In the late SAN, you have somebody who, even if an authority goes against him, is ready to bring it forward, at least have the advantage. And I can bet you, he won a number of cases before me and lost quite a number. But that never took away the fact that, yes, he was an honorable person who practiced his law the way it should be. And I think this is the very essence why we're all gathered here. If we cannot take a lesson out of all of this back to where we come from, then it means he didn't live or he lived in vain. But I don't want to believe that. The legacy we can take is that, yes, we have to emulate what he did. We have to be conscious that above all, even in our professionalism, the interest of justice must at all times supersede. Thank you.
Also, Mr. Sheyi Showemimo said late Gani Adetola Kazeem, SAN, was a diligent and principled advocate with a warm and endearing personality. He consistently exhibited an abiding interest in the affairs of the legal profession and was active in matters concerning the law profession.
The late senior advocate was a man of unassuming and endearing disposition, but he held very strong views whenever he had a cause to fight. Was a very brilliant and dogged advocate. I mean, arguing cases right from the High Court up to the Court of Appeal, up to the Supreme Court on causes which were dear to his heart. I do not think that I need to belabor that point. It is clear from the cases that he has conducted as to his abilities. And I know that those cases will for long bear testimony to his outstanding qualities. They are cases which have been reported, and generations of lawyers will find guidance in those cases. So we, legal profession, owes our colleague a debt of gratitude for his professional exploits. Pray that his continuing path will be blessed.
In the same vein, Comrade Biobelemoye Josiah described late Gani Adetola Kazeem, SAN, as one with an endearing disposition, adding that he was a brilliant and a dogged lawyer who worked not only for humanity, but based on his convictions and dictates of his religion.
I actually enjoyed sitting with him. He made me to believe that I must not disobey court order. Because I had a session with him. I was asking him, I said, sir, why do you want me to obey court order that is given in favor of the Federal Ministry of Health and others who are professional disobeyers of court order? And he said, yes, they may be professional disobeyers of court order, but that at appropriate time, the law will catch up with them. So you don't join them to disobey. And that saved me a lot. Recently, the same professional disobeyers of court order and judgment tried to frame me up as a disobeyer of court order, which they never served to me for 8 days. And they were bandying it all over. Maybe because they knew that my father is late. So it is on that strength, I want you all to join me and join the family to share this great loss. I say, thank you.
Comrade Florence Ekwebo, SAN, said late Gani Adetola Kazeem, SAN, was one of the best senior advocates of Nigeria, adding that he was a great mentor to the medical and healthcare professionals and will be dearly missed.
But for people like late Baba, I called him Baba when he was alive, and he remained one. He was one of the best this country ever produced. But for people like him, I think labor would have been buried in Nigeria, because it is a country where there is no justice. Because of the Federal Ministry of Health, who will always disobey the laws. When we say no, like we are told, we'll be told obey the law. The few times I came across him with that anger, he will say, my daughter, cool down. Anger will not solve the problem. He will be greatly missed. And may the Lord keep him in peace. Thank you.
Ahmad Adetola Kazeem, son of late Gani Adetola Kazeem, SAN, also took time to eulogize his father for being a great man worthy of emulation. He said his father was a thorough man who valued work and worked hard until his last breath. He also said his father was a man of sharp analytical skills and an encyclopedia of knowledge who was able to pitch his tent in the legal field through his belief in justice, fairness, dignity, and honor.
He was a very thorough man. He valued hard work and worked hard until his last breath. It is not surprising that his favorite poem, which he told us he proudly recited when he was 7 years, to the admiration of his teachers and his peers, was Iṣẹ́ l'Ògùn ìṣẹ́, múra sí iṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi, iṣẹ́ la fi ń dẹni gíga, bí a kò bá rẹ́ni fẹ̀yìntì, bí ọ̀lẹ là á rí, bí a kò bá rẹ́ni gbẹ́kẹ̀lé, àtẹ̀ramọ́ṣẹ́ ni. I believe my sister would complete the poem when she comes. He lived by the principles in this poem. No wonder at the time when people lobbied for the sick, he was lobbied to become a senior advocate of Nigeria by Justice of the Appellate Court. His appointment as a senior advocate of Nigeria came absolutely on merit. He deserved it and he got it.
Other friends and associates of late Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN were also given the opportunity to pay their last respects to the man who has touched their lives in many ways. Mrs. Karamat Shogboye, née Adetola Kazeem, said her father left an indelible mark in the world, adding that he was a great man whose space may never be filled by anyone. She urged guests not to relent in their prayers for the soul of the departed.
He is somebody that was very accommodating. Everybody in the family always liked to be with him. He welcomed everybody, kids and kinfa and everyone. Okay, so, and he was somebody that did not compel people to do anything. He would have compelled me or compelled my elder brother or any or my sister to study law, because I had the admission for law. Maybe just 6 months or thereabouts before he died, he gave me the printed copy of this poem and the translation. Though I already had it on my phone, you know, because of the internet stuff, I had it, but he still gave me. That means he really cherished the poem and he wanted us to imbibe whatever is in the poem. May Allah assist all of us and bless the organizers of this program. Thank you.
In the vote of thanks by Mr. Adebayo, he thanked all for honoring the invitation in memory of late Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN. He also appreciated the organizing committee for their efforts towards making the event a success and wished all journey mercies to their destinations. From Biscom Communications, we pray God grants late Gani Adetola Kazeem SAN eternal rest in his bosom and give his family the fortitude to bear the loss. Amen.